A lot of banks think they're competing for attention, but in AI-powered search and recommendation systems, attention isn't the real competition anymore. The real competition is becoming one of the few checking accounts that AI systems consistently recommend when someone asks a buying question, and that's creating a very different market dynamic because being visible isn't the same thing as being chosen. Hey, I'm Mark Huntley, a growth strategist and AI discovery analyst at LLM Authority Index. We study how AI systems shape commercial discovery, especially in high-intent categories where recommendation positioning can directly influence revenue. When most people think about checking accounts, they think about traditional advertising, brand awareness, or search rankings. But AI discovery is changing that. Today, a consumer can ask, what is the best checking account? What is the best bank account with no fees? What is the best online bank account? And instead of seeing 10 blue links, they receive a ranked recommendation list. That's a fundamentally different environment. AI isn't just finding information, it's helping create shortlists. And in many cases, those shortlists heavily influence which brands consumers consider. Looking at the 2026 AI Market Discovery Index for checking accounts, a clear pattern emerges. A small group of brands appears to dominate recommendation positioning. The strongest recommendation signals consistently favor SoFi, Capital One, 360, Ally Bank, Discover, Chime. These brands repeatedly show up across high-intent checking accounts prompts where consumers are actively evaluating options. What's important here is that these aren't simply awareness moments, they're decision moments. They're the prompts where consumers are trying to decide which checking account they should actually open. One of the biggest misconceptions in AI discovery is that visibility alone determines success. It doesn't. What matters is whether AI systems can confidently recommend a brand. And that confidence often comes from something we call citation architecture. AI systems frequently rely on trusted financial sources like Bankrate, Forbes, NerdWallet, CNBC, US News, Business Insider. These sources help shape how AI understands the checking accounts category. The brands that consistently appear across those trusted sources gain a major advantage, not because they simply exist, but because AI can confidently compare, explain, and justify recommending them. A great example is Varo Bank. Varo appears in AI conversations about checking accounts, so it isn't invisible. But there's an important distinction. Visibility does not automatically translate into recommendation strength. The data suggests Varo is present in the category but isn't consistently advancing into the dominant recommendation tier occupied by brands like SoFi, Capital One, 360, and Ally. That creates an interesting strategic challenge. The goal isn't simply showing up. The goal is becoming part of the shortlist. One of the patterns we see repeatedly at LLM Authority Index is that companies can appear in AI-generated answers while still losing the recommendation positions that influence final selection. And that's exactly the gap many brands need to understand. As AI continues shaping financial discovery, checking accounts are increasingly becoming an AI shortlist category. The winners won't necessarily be the brands with the largest advertising budgets. They'll be the brands AI systems can most confidently recommend. That means focusing on strong category positioning, trusted third-party validation, consistent editorial coverage, clear product differentiation, strong citation architecture, because AI systems don't just surface brands, they compare them, they rank them, and they influence which options consumers seriously consider. The future of checking accounts isn't just about being found, it's about being chosen. The brands winning in AI discovery aren't simply generating visibility, they're earning recommendation power. And as more consumer decisions move into AI environments, that distinction will become increasingly important because the question is no longer, does AI mention your brand? The question is, does AI recommend your brand when someone is ready to choose? If you want to understand how AI is actually positioning brands in high-intent buyer conversations, that's exactly the kind of analysis we do at LLM Authority Index. Follow along for more insights into how AI discovery is reshaping competitive markets.